Welcome back to our channel. The momentum in Port Charles just shifted so violently that the shockwaves are tearing every major family. We are staring down the barrel of impossible choices, and nobody is walking away clean. Let's dive right into the absolute madness of these latest developments because my head is completely spinning. I cannot believe they're actually going there with Jason and Britt. I mean, I'm sitting here literally screaming at my screen because my heart is just shattered into a million tiny pieces. Jump right into my feelings? You bet I am. Jason is finally back in Port Charles after that literal hellscape of a WSB black site in Jakarta, and instead of the epic, sweeping romantic reunion we all kind of hoped for, it is turning into an absolute nightmare. Because Jason just found out that Britt knew about Cassius Faison posing as Nathan West long before anyone else did, and she kept her mouth shut. And Jason is unleashing on her. I know some people are loving this drama, but personally, I am so conflicted. On one hand, Jason took the fall for Rocco, lost months of his life, and was tortured. He comes back fundamentally changed, suffering from severe PTSD, and he finds out the woman he loved was sitting on a secret that endangered everyone. Yeah, his backlash is completely justified. But on the other hand, Britt thought she was dying of Huntington. She was being gaslit and manipulated by Ross Cullum with those fake saline. She was terrified. So when Jason confronts her, it is just raw, visceral pain on both sides. I've been watching since 2015, and this is easily one of the most heartbreaking miscommunications they've ever written. You can just feel the trust completely snapping between them, and honestly, I don't know if they can ever come back from this. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about the other massive Jason bombshell. Jason is officially stepping away from the mob. Yes, you heard me. Stone Cold wants out. Because after losing Sam, and after almost losing his own life, he finally realizes that Danny needs a father more than Sonny Corinthos needs an enforcer. I am so here for this evolution of Jason. But of course, Sonny isn't just going to let things be. Sonny wants Jason to find a peaceful path forward with Rick Lansing. Am I the only one who thinks Sonny has completely lost his mind? Rick Lansing is a walking, talking red flag. Jason is incredibly wary of the trust Sonny has suddenly placed in Rick, and Jason is 100%. You do not trust Rick Lansing. Have we forgotten his entire history? The man is toxic. Jason looking at Rick and just knowing in his gut that this is a disaster waiting to happen is the most classic Jason thing ever. Jason doesn't have an ounce of faith in Sonny's half-brother, and neither do I. If Jason makes his official announcement that he is leaving the organization, Sonny is going to lean heavier on Rick, and that is going to blow up in everyone's faces. And speaking of Rick Lansing ruining everything, can we talk about this softball tournament? Because Rick is standing on the sidelines, watching Dante Falconeri and Elizabeth Baldwin grow closer, and he is seething with jealousy. I am sorry, but Rick needs to back off. Elizabeth has been through enough trauma to last 10 lifetimes, and she is finally just having a normal, fun moment practicing softball in the park with Dante. Dante is a good guy. He's grounded, he's supportive, and he and Liz actually have a really sweet, natural chemistry developing. But Rick can't handle it. His possessive, toxic tendencies are flaring up, and he is going to sabotage his own relationship with Elizabeth because his ego can't take her smiling at another man. Like, dude, you just got her back in your orbit. Don't blow it by being a controlling creep. Okay, back to the really terrifying stuff. I am legitimately scared for Anna Devane right now. She is back as the PCPD police commissioner, but her mind is completely fractured. The Peter August hallucinations are getting worse, and now Peter's ghost is pressuring her to plot against Britt Westbourne. I mean, what is happening? Anna is supposed to be the moral compass, the legendary WSB super spy, but she is taking murderous cues from the hallucination of her evil nephew. Peter is stirring up so much trouble in her mind, convincing her that Britt is the enemy. And it kind of makes twisted sense in Anna's traumatized brain, right? Britt is the daughter of Caesar Faison and Liesel Obrecht. She was at the center of the Windermere captivity mess. But Britt is innocent in this. If Anna uses her power as commissioner to target Britt, she is going to cross a line she can never uncross. I am dreading this storyline because I love Anna, and watching her descend into this hallucination-driven villainy is agonizing. And then we have Ethan Lovett. I can't believe they are making Ethan run again. He just got back, but his past is finally catching up to him, and he is being forced to flee Port Charles. We all knew that whole fake DNA test regarding baby Phoebe was going to explode. He broke into the PCPD, stole cold case evidence, faked a paternity test with Elizabeth to claim he had a one-night stand with the late Delilah Wilson, and let Ava Jerome blackmail him over it. It was a house of cards. And now, this new mysterious businessman named Hudson has arrived in town, and he is the catalyst driving Ethan. Who is Hudson? Hudson is apparently sticking around since it's a contract role, so he's going to settle into life in Port Charles. But what does he want? Is he Phoebe's real father? Is he connected to Delilah Wilson's dark past? Whatever it is, Ethan is terrified enough to abandon his entire scam and run for his life. And poor Lulu is left standing there with a million questions in the aftermath. Her brother just vanished, leaving a massive, messy puzzle behind, and you know Lulu isn't going to just let it go. She is going to dig, and when she finds out what Ethan did with that police evidence, it is going to rock the PCPD and Harrison Chase's adoption plans to the core. So, while we are on the topic of new faces causing chaos, let's talk about Dr. Tristan Roberts. He debuted, he sat next to a traumatized Jason on the plane, he immediately clashed with Britt at GH, and he acted like he was just this strict, professional heart surgeon. Well, guess what? His attempt to leave his past behind is failing spectacular. Tristan is going to find some familiar faces in Port Charles that he desperately wanted to leave in his... I knew he was hiding something. You don't just show up in PC with that much attitude unless you are running from ghosts. Is he connected to Hudson? Is he connected to Jen Sidwell? I am so invested in figuring out what Tristan is hiding. But you know what I am even more invested in? Deception Corporate Wars. Yes. Give me all the sneaky Serena Baldwin drama. With Maxie permanently off in Australia, which still hurts my heart by the way, Lucy Coe was drowning. Michael Corinthos bought Maxie's shares and is parading around Deception, acting like a ruthless corporate raider. Tracy Quartermain is breathing down Lucy's neck. Lucy needed a heavy hitter, and bringing back Serena Baldwin is the greatest move the writers have made all year. Serena is showing off her sneaky side, and I am living for it. She grew up with Lucy. She knows exactly how to play dirty. Lucy is going to be so glad to have Serena in her corner as this corporate drama erupts. Michael thinks he can just steamroll over everyone because he has the Corinthos money and the Quartermain name, but Serena is going to put him right in his place. And honestly, Michael's girlfriend Jacinda is already super frustrated with him playing these long, manipulative games against his ex-wife Willow, so Michael is going to find himself fighting battles on every single front. Which brings me to Willow Kane. Oh, Willow. I have had opinions about Willow for a long time. She has been playing this innocent victim card while literally paralyzing Drew Kane and keeping him locked in. And now, Alexis Davis is finally dropping the act. Finally. Alexis is making her disdain known, and she is launching straight into conflict with Willow. Alexis sees right through her. Willow is divorced from Michael, married to Drew, and acting like she holds all the cards. But Alexis isn't going to play nice anymore. Of course, Alexis also has to deal with Drew Kane's hostility. Because Drew is fully recovered, fully mobile, and he is on a warpath. He is trying to assert total control over his daughter Scout, and Alexis is fiercely protecting her granddaughter. It is a massive clash of egos. But here is the sweetest part of all this chaos. Scout Quartermain is stepping up. Scout is hoping she can help ease the tension, especially because she desperately wants Danny to be a bigger part of her life. Danny has been going through absolute hell, dealing with Jason taking the fall for Rocco, and Scout just wants her big brother around. The sibling dynamic between Scout and Danny is so pure, and it's the only thing keeping that family from completely ripping each other apart. But Alexis doesn't just have family drama, she has professional drama too. Alexis and Diane Miller are hiring a new associate at their law office. And GH spoilers are already warning us that this hiring choice is going to cause major new problems for certain Port Charles residents. Who on earth are they hiring? Is it someone tied to Jen Sidwell? Is it someone who is going to dig into the Curtis Ashford and Isaiah Gannon civil suit? Whatever it is, you know Diane and Alexis are going to regret this hire. And finally, I need to vent about Laura and Kevin. I refuse to believe this. Laura has a trip to Ireland coming up to visit Kevin and Ace, and spoilers say it is going to put a massive strain on her marriage. There are rumors flying around that Kevin might be cheating on her. No, absolutely not. Kevin Collins is supposed to be the safe, stable rock in Laura's life after all the hell she went through with Luke Spencer. If Kevin is cheating, I am going to riot. But even if it's not cheating, Laura's trip is going to come with some massive curveballs. And those curveballs are going to lead to even more shocking news playing out back in Port Charles. Laura has been actively covering up the fact that Rocco shot Ross Cullum. She has been lying to Anna Devane. The stress of that alone is enough to crack any marriage. If Laura goes to Ireland and her life falls apart, who is going to hold Port Charles together? I am typing this furiously because I am just so overwhelmed by how good and how stressful this show is right now. We have Jason leaving the mob, Anna losing her mind to Peter's ghost, Ethan running for his life, Rick being a toxic, jealous mess, Serena saving deception, and Laura's marriage on the rocks. It is non-stop. I kind of want to pause and just process it all, but we all know Port Charles never sleeps. Who will survive this absolute collision course of secrets? And are we witnessing the end of Port Charles's greatest couples? Drop your wildest theories below and subscribe for more.